Well, what's up, guys? We're back. Episode 50.
Yep, 5-0.
God damn.
No pun intended.
They didn't cancel us yet.
Nope.
We'll give them reason, though. It might be today. You never know. How you guys doing? I wish you guys could talk to us. Actually, one day I do want to figure out, I want to get the proper equipment and do some live episodes. I think that'd be kind of dope.
I know.
Instead of all this pre-recorded bullshit, because I'm sure people get kind of tired of that after a while. How you been, man? It's been a while since we hung out.
Yeah, I've been good. You know, life kind of beat me up for a little bit, but getting back on my feet.
Yeah, you've been busy and I've been lazy, so that's why I was putting out like old unreleased fucking episodes and shit, and and you've just been getting your ass beat up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, it happens, man. We all go through phases like that shit in life, man.
Yes, we do. But you just keep going, and hopefully it just goes away.
But let's jump right into this, man. I got so you weren't here when I started pre-planning all this stuff, but I'm doing certain segments now.
Okay.
That's why I told you to have a cop question ready for each episode, because we're going to do that too. But we're going to start off with the Did You Know section. It's just 10 random facts that I pulled from this week that I want to go ahead and share, man. First one being, did you know the money's not made out of paper?
Nope, did not know that.
It's made out of 25% linen and 75% cotton. I didn't know that. They did it so it gives it a specific texture and so that it would make it harder to counterfeit, because back in the 19th century, it actually used to be printed on parchment paper, which is probably the only paper they had back then.
Right.
So it made it easy to counterfeit then.
Wow.
Little fun fact, right?
Like, so money is fabric pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So I thought that was kind of interesting as well.
That is interesting.
Eiffel Tower is about 6 inches taller in the summertime.
What?
Yeah. So apparently iron, and there's other materials that do it as well, but iron, when it's heated, it goes through what's called a thermal expansion.
So it expands
in the heat. And that's why a lot of tall buildings and a lot of like bridges and stuff like that, they have what's called expansion joints. And it's designed that way, so that way, like when it goes through this thermal expansion, when it gets hot and expands, it has room to kind of move, and then vice versa, when it's cools back down and contracts again, then it's not gonna have issues. It has a little bit of leeway,
right?
Which I've always known that like buildings and bridges had joints like that, but I always thought that was for like earthquakes and heavy vibration and stuff like that. I didn't, unless it serves dual purposes and it's for that too. I didn't know that it was for like that expanding of metal and shit like that. So.
Right. That's interesting.
So I thought that was
especially when it comes to like high rises and bridges.
Yeah, exactly. Another did you know that beds haven't always been elevated from the floor?
So they were on the floor?
Mm-hmm.
No, I did. I did and I didn't, but my bed's on the floor.
Yeah. So in ancient Egypt, that's when they started raising it. They found that it was easier to heat the bed, right? Because if it's on the floor, doorways and window sills and stuff like that, they didn't have a lot of like ability to keep dirt from getting in and out. Shit would just blow in.
Right.
And then cold air also like would come in under doorways because you didn't really have insulation. So when your bed's sitting right on the floor and there's a cold breeze coming through the door,
come up.
Exactly. And then it also helped keep the bed cleaner, obviously, because it's not on the fucking floor where everybody's feet and shit like that and dirt and all kinds of shit's getting blown around.
Interesting.
All right. Another one. I feel like we're getting like a sluggish start to this episode.
Think so?
A little bit.
Well, what do we need? Turn up that energy?
And we need this.
Sip on it?
Mm-hmm. Cheers.
Yes. To the Midnight Project.
Yes, sir. Another did you know? Did you know that shadows are darker on the moon than Earth because our atmosphere scatters the sunlight?
No, I did not know that. Explain more, dude.
So just our atmosphere just kind of breaks up the sun rays. It's not direct. and hit just directly. Like the moon doesn't have an atmosphere on it,
Right. So
it's just whatever sun's getting there is
that
getting there.
space shit.
So
is
like
a trip.
it's
dude.
almost what's a good way of explaining it? To me, the way that I kind of read it, it's almost as if like let's take these lights for example. Like the lights that we use, the studio lights, they're pretty bright, but when you add that screen over it to kind of spread that light out more, it gives you more illumination, right?
Right.
The moon doesn't have that. It doesn't have that effect. So like your shadow's going to be dark because there's no way of like displacing the light and everything like that.
Space shit is a trip, dude.
It is a trip. I got a couple more things about space too, but let me finish this moon one here. Shadows can be so dark that you can't even see where you're going at times.
So like if you're walking and your shadow is in front of you, you wouldn't even see where you're walking.
Yeah.
It just
you might think it's a fucking like hole somewhere that you're gonna fall into or something. So imagine how disorienting that could be on your mind too.
Dude,
to have to deal with that. That'd be something different, man.
That's a trip.
And since there's no water and there's no air, you could actually go on there and see like footprints from all the astronauts that have been on the moon still.
Right.
They'll look like fresh prints.
Still sitting.
Oh, what was it, like 12 people so far that's been on the moon or some shit like that?
Some country just went there for the first time. But I think they landed like a rover or some shit. I don't think actual people went.
Gotcha. Earth's core contains enough gold to layer the Earth.
Like the entire Earth, just put it on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
The core
alone. That's a lot of gold in one spot.
Yeah. But
we can't fuck with it.
You can't get it.
No, it could stay right the hell where it's at.
How hot is not since we're talking about the core and the gold down there, how hot is the core?
That's a good question.
Maybe that's one for next episode.
Because I know even what is it? There's even certain spots where you get so deep you get like 7,000 fucking degrees or some shit, some crazy damn temperature.
Crazy.
So I don't know. Yeah, that'd be a good one to kind of look up too. Maybe I will look that up for next time. Oh, back to the space thing too. You can't survive in space for longer than 15 seconds without your suit. Like 15 seconds is the max.
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah,
no oxygen.
In 1965, it happened to an astronaut where his suit depressurized inside of one of their vacuum chambers, and then he ended up passing out. He woke up like 27 seconds later because luckily for him, the suit managed to reseal. So he didn't die. Wow. And he even said like before he passed out that it got so like hot that his he could feel the water bubbling on his tongue as it evaporated the heat. He actually lost his sense of taste for 4 days before he got it back.
That's crazy, dude.
That's a lucky motherfucker, though.
That is.
So to have that,
to go through that and be able to explain what he felt.
Yeah,
like, that's crazy. And nobody else can ever say anything about it because they don't know. Nobody has that comparison. Nobody's been through that. You're the only person in the world who has gone through that.
Right. And then another, did you know? Obviously, you know, you see it in movies where like. Obviously, it's Marvel movies where you see them try to hold their breath.
Yeah.
You know, you can't really do that in space.
Nah.
Your lungs will basically rupture because the oxygen that's in your body expands.
Yep.
And your body will balloon up to like twice its size.
That in space.
But because your skin's so like got such elasticity to it that it won't just like blow the fuck up like a bubble. You'll just be like a fat blob of lard just floating around in the fucking space.
Singing that anger management song.
Yeah, you won't be singing shit. You'll be dead as hell. I didn't know this either. This one's kind of interesting. The ocean is blue because of the sun.
Yeah, I knew that one.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Then,
some shit about the reflection.
It's so
weird.
Kind of. So the ocean absorbs orange and red rays from the sunlight and it deflects the blue. So that's why you see like blue coloring go back up.
And it says supposedly that's why the sky is blue, because of the ocean back then.
I didn't look that part up, but that'd be an interesting one to follow up with this one, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that out.
It's weird.
Yeah, that is a little weird.
Our fucking planet is the most complex,
the more shit
weirdest, most beautifulest thing there is. Yeah. Like,
and the more body of water you have, the bluer it gets. So that's why you could take like a glass and scoop out a glass of water out of the ocean, but it won't be as blue as the rest of the ocean. Clear. It'll be clear. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Those are our interesting fun facts.
I got 2 left. And speaking of water, they say like plants and shit like that is where we get most of our oxygen. But water actually produces 50 to 80% of our oxygen.
What? Okay.
I didn't know that.
But I'm intrigued. How does water produce oxygen?
I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I didn't look that far into it. I just saw it and said, interesting. Let me throw it on here.
Plants do it, but
yeah. But I didn't know, unless it's like it produces some, and then the fact that it helps everything else fucking grow that produces oxygen. So maybe they're countering that. I don't know.
Maybe.
I do want to look into that one and try to get a better perspective of that though.
Yeah.
And then speaking of water, did you know that most of our internet we get through the water?
What the fuck?
Like literally through the water. There's miles and miles and miles
of internet cables
that run on the ocean floor. They had special boats that laid these cables out. They're specially like lined so that way they don't get destroyed and shit like that. Then the cables themselves were called submarine communication cables.
Well, why did they have to lay them ocean floor?
How else then would you connect and share information from, like, let's say here to Japan, here to England?
I thought it was on satellite. Is this pre-satellite?
I mean, they probably do a lot of that now.
This is probably
before that technology was advanced.
When the internet was first coming out.
Think about it. We didn't always have wireless phones either, right? That was all cord before too. So internet
cord.
So that's probably why it took so long for dial-up before.
Yeah.
With all them weird fucking sounds and shit like that we used to get from AOL dial-up and all that.
Water sounds.
I mean, I don't know about underwater sounds, but
whales and shit.
If you were in a server that was like clear across the fucking world, it's gonna take a minute for that signal to come back.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's what I had for the Did You Know segment of the show today.
Did you know?
Again, sorry, the energy was just a little blah to start this motherfucker out.
Yeah, it was. But we're going to turn that shit around.
Yes, sir. In fact, let's do that right now, man.
Yeah.
Hit me with it. Do you gotta ask the cop question?
So is there actually a quota for cops to get?
Negative.
Tickets? No?
Nope.
Or arrests?
Nope.
No, okay.
So, and that's a big misconception that a lot of people get is, oh, yeah, cops got to meet their quota. Like, no, we don't have quotas. We don't get paid any differently for the amount of arrests and citations that we do. That's all bullshit.
It's made up.
Yeah.
Propaganda.
Fuck yeah. It's all made up. Now, realistically, there's no quotas, but you also do got to show that you're out there working, right?
Right.
So, like, let's say if I go out and I pull 100 cars over and I give 100 people warnings, they're going to be like, dude, are you fucking doing your job? Like,
right.
So they are going to question you if you're not showing something.
Performing.
Yeah, because you just like in any job, you got to show that you're performing and doing your job.
Right.
Right. If you were a factory worker and, all these other machines in the factory are producing their goods, but then they look at your machine and you're producing nothing, they're going to be like, the fuck is up with you? Is your machine broken? Like, right. what's going on? It's like that in any fucking job.
Okay.
So maybe that's why at some point people got this kind of notion that maybe there's quotas. I don't know. I don't know where that stemmed from. Maybe I'll look that up too for the next Did You Know section.
Okay. My second question.
Oh no, save that one for the next episode.
Okay.
I'm gonna do one of those an episode.
I think my second one's gonna be pretty good. Stay tuned.
Gotta stay tuned. To be continued. Oh man. But no, you know what I really did want to talk about in this episode though, man. As you know, I released some old episodes from me and Chris that we never put out before. Right. For whatever reason, we just never put them out.
Unreleased.
Yeah. On one of those episodes, we were talking about the transgender community and things like that.
The letter people.
Just the specific letters, I guess.
Yeah, it's a lot of letters.
There's a level there,
I've heard they're adopting some more.
Yeah, they're even adding plus symbols and shit. I don't know. But the way that I came across it just seemed very like, what's the best word for it? It seemed like an asshole. And I am an asshole, but it's for good reason.
Okay.
So I wanted to explain and elaborate more on what it does that frustrates me when it comes to those specific people. And it's just transgender people. Because as I've stated before, I don't have issues with gay people, things like that. It's specifically for this one group. And it's not even for everybody in this group. It's for the ones that are out here that are causing a show, is basically how I look at it. All right. Like there's what is it, Dylan Mulvaney character? Yeah. Like this person is making a mockery of womanhood by going out and buying tampons, knowing goddamn well they serve no purpose in her body, however she wants to call herself. Like that, you're making a mockery of womanhood. And it's not right. And those are the ones that piss me off. Yeah, right? Yeah. I personally know someone, have a really good friend, and his kid sister growing up decided wants to be a man. Transitioned so well that if he were sitting here with us, you wouldn't even know she was a girl. That's how I think it should be. If you're going to transition, do it with conviction and don't do things that you know are not true, that don't work.
Right. Or triggering or trying to support your narrative by doing something to, like you said, cause a scene, which unfortunately those people are the ones that fuck it up for the rest. Like, I don't have a problem with you being gay, liking whatever you like. You could do that. But when you're out here trying to, how the fuck can I put it? You're just trying to cause a scene and make something out that it's not. Like for example, that one child on fucking Dr. Phil show, when she was talking about she went to the boys' bathroom because she's a transgender now,
right? And they didn't explain the whole story either, because there's a lot more to it.
And then all of a sudden, she's like, there was 10 boys. The bathroom stall's lock was broken, and they're trying to push their way into her stall, and she had to fight them off. And in my mind, I remember being a teenage boy and we doing stupid shit at school. But I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, you're trans, but let's call a spade a spade. You're a woman.
Right.
And we know that women's strength, whether you done transitioned or not, still does not match a male's fucking strength.
Right.
Let alone 10 of them trying to push their
one
way
door
into the stall.
One thin ass door.
Like, come on. And we know those fucking bathrooms in high school. You could go under, you could go over. And all
in
of a
multiple
sudden,
directions.
Yeah.
Like, it's not
and
like
then all of a sudden, she's all like, some faculty member came in, and for some reason, she's the one that got in trouble. And it's like, wait a minute, this shit isn't adding up. Why did you get in trouble? You did nothing wrong, right? Come to find out, the school explained. They had a designated bathroom for that individual to use because in that state, it's against the law for you to go into a different gender's restroom based off of your birth certificate. So knowing that, and I mean, This kid's 16, 17. You have fucking common sense at 16, 17. You know what's right or
You were
wrong
doing
at
it
16
to
or
cause a
17.
scene.
Exactly. To promote what? Oh, they hate us. No, they don't hate you.
Right.
And then the school even came out and said that the boy students were the ones that called the faculty member like, hey, she's in our restroom. But she tried to spin the story. Oh, they try to push it. So it's like shit like that. It's not good for their culture.
Not good for their cause.
It's not good for their cause. Like what you like, okay, good. You guys are getting a lot of freaking help from a lot of people. They, and they try to compare themselves to fucking slaves, which I don't agree with.
No.
Slaves went through bullshit for 400 years. You guys been going through shit for maybe 20. And now you got all these laws to help you out, back you up,
Right.
Like, it's advanced now. Times is different. But just live your fucking life. Stop trying to make someone who doesn't see eye to eye with you see eye to eye with you. That doesn't make sense. Would you stand around and argue with someone who you can clearly understand is not going to understand what you're saying?
There'd be no point. There'd be no point.
Exactly. It's fucking pointless. So go and live your life. Do what makes you happy. Stop trying to force other people to see what you see or the way you see. Just live your life. You're wasting your time.
Yep.
We as a people, I don't give a fuck about your color, your race, your sexuality. We got to learn to agree to disagree. And that's the problem, is nobody knows how to agree to disagree now.
Well, we have to get back to being able to communicate too.
Yeah.
That's another big thing. The art of communication has been lost.
In
There's
too much
for
feelings.
many people. Yeah.
Too many feelings. People are going off of their feelings.
Too many feelings and too much outside influence.
Yeah, that too.
This is how you're supposed to feel.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, this is how you're supposed to do this. Right? Yeah,
and don't make my feelings invalid.
And
when
if
I
you don't
them.
feel the way that you're supposed to feel, then you're wrong, or you're this, you're that, you're the.
Show me the fucking book of law where it says that I'm supposed to feel this way when it comes to this particular situation. There is no law. There is no book that fucking tells us you're supposed to feel like this. No, I feel the way I feel because that's just how I feel. You can understand that or not.
Right. And then like another example for people making like a mockery of their whole movement, if you want to call it that. There was an inmate who said I'm a female, gets put in a female's prison, gets 3 inmates pregnant. Obviously, you weren't a female then. Exactly. Like, it's just dumb stuff like that, man.
Exactly.
So, I think transgender people should get their own, right? They should get their own bathrooms. The unisex bathrooms is fine.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Because why not? That way, it may not be perfect. Some of them might still get mad saying, well, no, I'm a female. I deserve to use the female, blah, blah, blah.
No, you don't deserve.
But that's how they feel, right? In the same way, we're not going to sit there and tell them that they're going to tell us how we should feel. We're not going to tell them how they should feel. Correct. We're going to let them have that, right?
Correct.
So let's try to find some common ground, some commonality, and let's meet halfway on some things. Let's give them their own bathroom. Like it or not, it's not perfect. Maybe we could look down the road and maybe make some other change, right?
Yeah.
So let's start with that. Women's sports. Let's take women's sports and let's give women a chance to be women. Let's go ahead and make a transgender division in sports so all the transgender people could compete against each other.
Yeah, I mean, fuck it. Why not?
Because you want.
Did you see it? All right, so fucking Ryan Reynolds, he owns a soccer team. I think they're called Wexham or something like that.
Yeah, Wexham.
And there was a video, I think it was on YouTube, where they played the women USA soccer team. And one of the chicks from there was like talking shit, like, yeah, we're about to play them, whatever. Dude, crushed them.
Yeah.
Like, the little clip I seen, it was like fucking 9-0 in soccer. And, that's a high number in soccer. And so I was laughing because of how cocky the lady was in the beginning,
It's probably that Rapone or whatever her name is.
But it just goes back to this whole equality. Newsflash. There is no fucking equality when it comes to a male and a female. There are things that you guys were designed by God to do. There's things that we as men were designed by God to do. We cannot cross that shit over. There's things that you guys look to us to do.
Right.
And there's things that we look for you to do. Like, there is no equality. I ain't seen a fucking female trash truck fucking picker upper ever. Like, let's just talk about a lot of the equality shit that they want to bring up.
We could get back to the equality thing in a minute. Let me stay on this on the transgender thing for a moment before I lose my train of thought here, man. Because you were just talking about sports, and let's look at the sports. Right. This is why I'm saying that they should have their own league. Yeah, they should have not just a league, but a division within the league. Right. There should be a transgender division, and this is why I feel that way. You look at all of these transgender women that go into women's sports, and look at how dominant they become.
Of course,
right? You could go on the internet right now. You could Google transgender women in women's sports, and they'll pop up a list quickly of like 25 people, right? You got Fallon Fox that does the MMA fighting. You got that Laura Hubbard who does the weightlifting. It's legal to beat a bitch's ass, I guess. I don't know.
Oh my God.
You got Leah Thomas, right? The college swimmer.
Yep.
Right. Leah Thomas, prime example. Leah Thomas in the 200 freestyle as a man ranked 554th.
So hold on. Leah Thomas before
transitioning. Yes. This is before and after numbers.
Was still a swimmer in the men's division.
But trash.
Ranked 500 and what was that?
554th in the 200 freestyle.
Okay.
In the 500 freestyle ranked 65th.
No Michael Phelps.
And in the 1650 freestyle ranked 8th. Okay. Right? Okay. I mean, 8th.
Okay.
Or no. You know what? I missed that number, so don't worry about that. 8th is what she ranked when she transitioned in the 1650 freestyle. In the 200 meter, went from 554 to 5th. In the 500,
that's went fucking huge.
In the 500 meter, went from 65 to 1st.
Yeah.
So,
and I mean, at the end of the day, I think the biggest FU is to the actual women who is in this sport, who loves this sport, who trains every day for this sport, for a fucking man to just come in and demolish them. And then take first place or take gold, the trophy, whatever the prize is.
Yeah.
And it's like, we know that genetically faster, stronger.
Testosterone is a motherfucker.
There's no comparison. So that, and that's the thing that most people overlook. They overlook the fact that when people are coming out and saying that they're against that, they try to change the narrative to say we're against them. It's not really that.
Yeah.
It is the fact that we are trying to protect the women
who are actually fair
in the sport, been training their whole lives. I mean, come on. That's like, did you ever want to go to the league and play football?
Sure.
That's like you sucking the fuck at football. Never, ever have a chance at the NFL, and you're just like, you know what? I'm going to put on a sports bra and fucking panties and just go to the lingerie ball.
Demolish these bitches.
I'll just fucking kill them. Like, that's like a cheat code. Nah, you can't do that.
And even Caitlyn Jenner, someone who transitioned themselves, who was an Olympic athlete, said that transgender women in women's sports is completely unfair. And that's coming from someone that joined them.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers, let that shit sink in.
Yeah.
And just as I said, you could go on there and you could Google and find like at least a list of 25 athletes that are transgender women.
That's a pretty significant number too.
So I went and I said, you know what? Let me see how many went the other way. And I Googled to see how many fucking athletes became transgender men.
How many women transitioned to men?
One. Fucking one was the only one that popped up. And I think it was like 2019 or 2020. It was a guy named, a woman that transitioned and became a guy named Chris Mosier.
What sport?
And you know what sport that motherfucker did?
Let me guess. I'm going to just take a fucking wild
You'll never guess. Well, go ahead.
I'll never guess.
You'll never guess.
Fucking rugby.
Negative. A woman trying to do rugby with men would have gotten fucking slaughtered. No, absolutely not.
Well, that'd be fun to watch.
It was a 50-kilometer race walk.
That fucking fast.
The bitch did power walking. Yes. That's all she did was fucking power walk. That was the only example of a woman getting into men's sports.
Hold on now, time out. Have you ever watched one of those, like, just for 10 minutes?
It looked like they rush into the bathroom because they're going to shit themselves. That shit is hilarious.
Oh, shit. That is one of the funniest sports ever.
But why is it a weak ass sport like that? Why do you think? Why do you guys think? Be honest. It's because you know that women are not going to be able to compete at a high level with men, and that's why these men that are becoming women are able to dominate, and that's why you're not seeing women becoming men and doing the same thing, because it's not going to fucking happen, and they know it. That's why they don't fucking join the sports.
Yeah.
Even Serena Williams, as good as she is, said that she could play a low-ranked male in tennis and still probably lose 6-0 in fucking 10 minutes.
Because she don't have the explosiveness of a man. She don't have the strength.
Which I think she's not giving herself enough credit, because her and her sister, they're both fucking beasts. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that she wouldn't get demolished 6-0. But again, if even her being one of the greatest female fucking tennis players can even admit that.
I mean, you just got to call a spade, man. Like, it's just... Come on. I mean, what more do I need to say? It's fucking obvious. It's right there in front of your face. Yeah. It's just that they're just trying to cause disruption where there is no disruption. Nobody is coming out and going against you and going against your decision to transition. Nobody is saying any of that. Nobody is hating you.
Right. Now, I will say this too, as far as all this goes, because this is one of the other issues that pisses me off about this, that I think we really, really need to just fucking stop and leave it alone. And that is trying to influence children.
That shit is out the door. Out the door. All the way. Listen, if anybody is listening to our podcast and works in CCSD, y'all need to get y'all shit together. Y'all took God out of schools because you guys said there's different religions out there, and so you're not trying to force a specific religion on somebody who doesn't go by that religion, right? Everyone's not Catholic, everyone's not Muslim, everyone's not, you know? So they took God out of school for that reason, because they had to acknowledge that not everyone is of the same religion. So they respected that. And I could get behind that. Okay, I can respect that. But then you turn around and you implement this. Like, you have a whole Pride Day. You try to force the kids to come to school with unicorn or rainbows. Excuse me? Your job as a teacher is to fucking teach math, English, social studies.
Not even just that. Listen, if you're a parent and your fucking 3-year-old boy grabs one of his sister's dolls and starts playing with it for a little bit, it doesn't mean they want to be a fucking female. It means they're a kid playing with a fucking toy.
It's a toy.
Stop fucking manipulating your children just because you think, oh, they want to be this and they want to be that. They're kids. They don't know yet. They're growing. Know. They're still trying to discover who the fuck they are. And stop changing that shit.
And
for
look,
them.
This is my
sorry, motherfuckers.
This is my parallel to this shit. You want to sit up here and say that a kid knows? Like the chick from the transgender chick from fucking Dr. Phil that was saying, like, a kid knows that they want to be whatever sex at the age of fucking like 7.
Yeah.
So you're saying a kid again who can't make their own decisions, they need their fucking parents for everything, at 7 can decide what sex they want to be. Well, why not give them the keys to your fucking car at 7?
Right.
Why not let them buy fucking weed at 7?
Why do we have a voting age?
Why not let them fucking buy booze at 7 and drink?
Yeah.
Why not let them vote at 7? Why not let them go to war at 7? Because why? Their brain is not developed. They do not understand.
Those are the same fucking parents that think they need to ask their infant permission to change their goddamn diapers. No, you change their diapers because they're shit and piss in them. And you know, if they sit in that shit, they're going to get fucking rashes and maybe infections.
Preach.
Stop. Just fucking stop.
Quit the bullshit,
Learn
man.
to be a fucking parent. Stop being fucking lazy and using this goddamn, hate you motherfuckers. Cancel me.
Right now.
Fuck.
Listen, these motherfuckers are soft as cottonelle right now. Like, they just need to stop. Stop. And at the end of the day, again, I repeat, teachers, your job is to teach the curriculum. Sex ain't got shit to do with the curriculum. And who gave you the authority to teach my kids some shit or withheld information?
We could brush on that in this next episode too, because California doing some foul ass shit too, and I think they're not the only place.
It's a lot of spots doing some foul shit.
So sorry to go on my little rant there, but yeah, that's just when we mess with kids and we start doing things that children aren't supposed to be experiencing or having to go through or should even be a thought in their mind. It is frustrating.
It is, because they're the innocent.
Yeah, and they don't know
They know no better.
Let them be kids.
Kids are not racist.
Right.
Kids are not sexist. They're just kids. They don't know. They're innocent.
And we take that from them because we believe in these stupid ideologies that you're supposed to do this, that, and the other. If
that's the thing. Where did they come up with the supposed to? The same. Show me the rule book where we supposed to.
Again, it's because you have people of influence that are telling them this is how you should feel.
No.
Some of these movie stars are the ones that help lead into that shit. And they need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And stop putting their 2 cents in because they've been so out of touch with reality for so long. They got no business talking. Like fucking Oprah in Hawaii with the Maui shit.
What the fuck she said?
Her and The Rock did a fucking video together trying to get people to donate money to people. Yeah,
donate
money.
You know what? I want to talk about this donating shit.
As rich as she is and living in Maui, you could take care of that shit too. But you're asking everybody else to donate that don't have money, that are dealing with this inflation cost. Shut the fuck up, Oprah.
I want to speak on something right quick. I pay fucking taxes on the wages I make. To turn around and pay fucking taxes on that same exact fucking dollar that I spend to purchase something, to turn around and then pay fucking taxes when I buy a home, to turn around and pay taxes on that home for the rest of my life if I own it. Get the fuck out of my face with a donation. I'm tired of going to Starbucks and they asking me to donate. Tell Starbucks to donate. If I'm buying the coffee, donate a portion of the fucking money that I'm spending to buy this coffee to Hawaii. Preach. Why are you asking me to spend more money that I don't have? I go to Smith's, you want to donate. Everywhere you go now, you want to donate.
Donate to this, donate to that.
You guys are
see nobody donating to me, motherfucker.
You guys are making hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars a year, and you're asking me to donate? Get the fuck out of my face.
It's because we're the cattle. That's all it is.
I got kids. Right. I'm gonna donate to my kids before I donate to y'all.
On that note, listen again. Sorry for the little rants to the people of the trans community that are just doing them and being themselves. Just know that there's no hate in my heart towards you. I have no problems with you. I have no issues with you. That was never my intention if it came out that way. And I'm sorry if it did. That was just me speaking my mind and saying how I feel. And I'm sorry if it doesn't coincide with the way that you guys want everybody to view you as, but you just have to understand that people are going to have different views and different perspectives. And again, we have to learn to have conversations about it. With that, I'm sorry, you want to say something else, or?
At the end of the day, you guys want people to respect you and your decision. But remember, in retrospect, you got to respect them and their decision.
Yeah.
That doesn't equate to hate. And the sad part about it is a lot of people who just don't agree with you guys end up being the ones who get bullied. And you guys don't see it that way because you feel that because they don't agree with you, they're bullying you, but that's not the case. But just because a person says, I don't agree with that, doesn't mean you can call them a homophobe. That's bullying. Right. They're not a homophobe. They just don't agree with what you're saying.
You can't label people just because they have bullying. Their own opinions and their own feelings.
Yeah. They didn't say, I don't like you people. I hate you people. I wish you would just go away. They didn't say that. They just said, I don't agree with you.
Yeah.
I don't believe what you believe.
And we need to stop canceling people just because they decide to have their own opinion as well. That's where it's getting way out of hand with fucking damn near everybody. Everything. Even that Jason Aldean song, everyone was like, "Oh, he's racist." There was nothing fucking racist in that song.
Nothing.
And I don't even like country music like that. But y'all made me bump the shit out of that song. I was
that
so mad.
That song is patriotic as fuck.
You know what I mean?
It represents all of us who again is paying all these fucking taxes.
Right.
And we don't know what they're going to because Vegas is still flooding every time we get 20 minutes of rain. All this road construction going on. What are y'all fixing?
Anyways. As always, guys, subscribe, share, show that you care.
Yes, yes.